today. What's been going on since the last time we saw each other? My name is Allison McArthur. I grew up in a very small town in Arkansas. I've been a therapist since I was 25, and I have a daughter that's 19. Her name is Sydney, and she's in college. Hi, Zane, it's Allison. It's good to see
McArthur?
you. Yeah.
Hey, hon.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming through.
Sure.
Came all the way from Memphis?
Well, I was in Hot Springs last night. It's a little more than that, but you know, it's not interesting to explain.
Are you coming out of the Hot Springs show third Thursday?
No, I actually presented at a conference for my job this morning.
Cool. Well,
and
if you can stay in the area, you know, we got the Really Art tomorrow, and then they're doing another show.
I've got to go home and go back to work.
I hear you. It sounds like you've been out.
Then my actual show in Memphis is Friday night.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Allison McArthur!
How y'all doing tonight? First of the crowd. I'm never first, ever. I am chronically late to every single thing in my life. I did have a pen completely shit itself all over me about 10 minutes before I was about to go up, just to keep me sort of humble. But I had a lot of my crucial life experiences listening to some really dirty R&B music in the early 90s. Like, I mean, you know, we start off like Salt and Pepper, you know, let's talk about sex, Boys to Men, I'll Make Love to You. But the first real experience I had was that my dad took me and my 6th grade boyfriend to see Vanilla Ice and Color Me Bad. But in 6th grade, I had no taste. But what I did know is that me and my 6th grade boyfriend got to sit next to my dad and listen to I Wanna Sex You Up. TikTok, you don't. I didn't know what that part meant. That was worse than the I Wanna Sex You Up. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Allison. Very well done. Appreciate you.
I frequently do not finish bits on a 5-minute open mic. There was a lot left of that.
What I want to do is show. I wanted to hear the rest of it. What was the rest of the joke?
Oh, there was a whole, it was probably another 5 minutes. I didn't really time it very well. There was some more R&B singing. I ended with Bump and Grind, one of my favorite songs of all time. So yeah, next time you film me, I'll be doing the rest of that joke, so. Oh, man. I have to write things in longhand, so I have a process. It's like I make an outline. I try to make an outline before I get there. If it's an open mic, a lot of times I'll wait and do an outline when I get there, but you write out a detailed outline, and then I rewrite the outline in like a shortened form. And then if I still have a hard time remembering the order of it, I'll rewrite it again until I feel like I know it, and then I'll make the outline in my phone. And then I'll record the audio of it when I do the set. And that's sort of like my process for doing shows. So now I'm doing like 5 open mics a week. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm sweating like a 44-year-old on Adderall up here. How are y'all doing tonight? Yeah? Where are my ADHDers at? I'm in a room full of comments. There we go. You sweet summer children. I mean, I have loved comedy since I was a kid, like just to watch it, to see it, to make people laugh. I mean, I don't think I ever thought about doing it as a as a comedian until probably I was in like my early 30s. So with ADHD, there's this thing called PDA, persistent demand avoidance. It's a fancy way of saying fuck you to everyone that asks you to do literally anything. It wasn't until 2021, when I was 41, that I got on stage and felt like confident enough that, I can keep coming back to do this. And like, it's sort of set in, the compulsion sort of set in at that point. When I was a little kid, I was raised in the 80s. I had a vision. I was so mad at people telling me what to do that I dreamed about kicking every authority figure in the shin all the way up to President Ronald Reagan. Right? That is fucked up, right? I was undiagnosed as a child, right? you know, knowing that I might not be as funny as these people, but at the same time, I have like lived all of this life experience, you know what I mean, just meant that I didn't care about their opinion that much. And honestly, that's really where you have to be. Because sometimes I do, and that's usually whenever things are problematic. I am definitely, like, I'm not the oldest person doing comedy. I'm definitely sort of the person that is, people are always surprised when I tell them how old I am. How are y'all doing tonight? Give yourself a round of applause for sticking around. I appreciate it. I've always kind of kept both of these lives very separate. I never want to make light of someone's problem. My joke, you know, I never want to make someone's like condition or something that's wrong with them the butt of my joke. So for a long time, I didn't, because I couldn't figure out how. Now it's getting better. I can sort of create this character for myself that is like a therapist that isn't me, and write jokes from like a little bit more of an extreme silly perspective. Where my ADHDers at? Anybody? Yeah, right? That's right, it's pretty great. It's pretty great having ADHD, right? You get a legal prescription for crack. Anybody else? Adderall's amazing. Anybody else take Adderall besides me? It's fucking great. I'm gonna tell y'all like I told my boss and my last 3 exes. You do not get any. You don't get any unless, you know, you got something and we can meet up. I'm back later. I think it's really important that we don't take ourselves too seriously. I think that's the part of humor that is like the healthier part of humor, you know. If I didn't have humor or laughter, then I'd probably be very depressed. Very, very depressed. Give yourself a round of applause for being a great